All right, hey there, Sunrisers. Glad to have you back with us. So we have a queen in the studio, and her crown comes with some calluses and a lot of community spirit. She's a newly crowned Miss St. Mary Farm Queen, and she's also a journalist, a youth leader, and a woman with a cause. And today she's dishing on passion, purpose, and planting seeds for a better Jamaica. Please welcome Kimberly Henry. Good morning.
Good morning, Yendi.
How are you?
I am
tell people that they have callus. Let me see your hand. Let me see. Not a callus inside. Let's talk about it though. First of all, for those who don't know, what is Farm Queen?
So, Miss St. Mary Farm Queen, you become an ambassador for the Jamaica Agricultural Society. So it's basically raising awareness about the agricultural sector.
Which I love. I often say, I think I've said it now copious amounts of times. You see that sector named agricultural sector? It is one that I highly respect because we cannot survive without the agricultural sector. That is our food, our literal bread and butter, right? Why did this mean so much to you? How did you get involved in farming?
So, first of all, I was born and bred in a farming community, Jeffreytown, in the hills of St. Mary. And my aunties and my uncles, my cousins, they're all farmers. Right. Most of them are all farmers. And I mean, everybody could not be a farmer, so of course I have to eat the production of the farm, right? Yeah. But my interest in farming grew by just being in a farming community. And also I remember when I was in high school, I used to work with my auntie. You know, we used to supply Lush Solutions, all the supermarkets in town with provisions. So that's where my interest in farming started.
I was looking at footage of you there on screen. So you consumed the production, but you also took good photos and videos of what was produced. I did. So good at marketing the product.
Right. So I'm behind the brands.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk a little bit about the fact that you walked away with, girl, I feel like you copped all the sectional prizes. Most agriculturally aware, best technical paper or presentation, best dress, best talents. Can we talk about it? First of all, agriculturally aware?
Yes.
Tell me more.
So, first of all, when we entered the competition, there was a section of interview that we had to speak, you know, extemporaneously about the agriculture sector. They asked us questions from who is the minister to what contribution does of the GDP is agriculture, etc. And just put in all that you know about agriculture in an interview section.
And then best technical paper?
Right, so we got a topic to choose from. I chose sustainable water management because, back in 2014, I worked on a project where we installed some water pumps in our community from a spring at my backyard to the main. And so the topic was familiar, so I chose that topic, and then we had to present a paper on the topic, and then also my talent piece had to be based on
the presentation as well.
Right.
Oh wow! So what did you go? You pump water when you dance? What did you do?
No, I was actually an old woman, a journalist, and I was complaining about the water issues that we're having. You know, drawing back on everything from the 70s when we had that really terrible drought. Coming back to the government is making strides to better the sector in water-wise.
So you are very multifaceted. So you used all aspects of yourself in your talent piece, because as I mentioned in the introduction, you are a journalist as well. Let's talk a bit about how you marry it all. Journalism, farming, pageantry. Tell me about everything coming together.
So this is actually not my first pageant, and I believe as the watchdog for the nation, I can use my voice in multiple ways. And I feel like bringing light to the agricultural sector is just one aspect of me using journalism. I mean, when you become a queen, and you would know you become an ambassador, and you can add your voice to the conversations. And I want to add my voice to the agricultural conversation, because we need to be doing much more than just 8.3 of the GDP. Without food, we're nothing. We can't live without it. So that's basically how I married my career and my love for pageantry, just adding my voice and just flexing on the stage.
Girl, I'm about to put you on the spot.
Oh my God.
Forget these cue cards, Kimberly. You just gave me a brilliant idea. And what I'm going to do is ask you a question. This is like a final question. And I'm going to ask you, Miss St. Mary, Farm Queen 2025, what value could you add in a room sitting with the Minister of Agriculture and the leaders and stakeholders in the community? what advice and value could you give them in what we could do to move the agriculture sector forward?
Great. Thank you for that question, Yendi. What I think we need to do is start with breaking the stigma that agriculture is a low-level paying job, and I think we should make it mandatory in schools. Making it mandatory in schools will allow people to feel a lot more pride for the sector and have people educating themselves about the sector. So I feel like that is the contribution we could make to move the sector forward.
All right, give her the crown, give her the crown. Oh, wait, she already has the crown. Excellent, but I also agree. I agree 100% that big part of what needs to happen is an adjustment in the mindset and the mentality. Hey, I don't know one person who doesn't eat a meal. And what we need to do is have value for where that meal comes from. We are nothing without our farmers.
Precisely.
We are nothing without agriculture. Talk to me a little bit about some projects that you will undertake during your reign.
Okay, so my projects have not been confirmed, but I firstly want to make it known first on TV that I want to work closely with the Jeffertown Farmers Association in expanding our products that we have. So currently, currently we are revamping our factory to reproduce our sweet potato pudding or cassava flour or breadfruit flour. So I want to tap into the agri industry to help them to, you know, social media wise, to get the brand out there and also to just be in the process of making these things. I also want to create a compost where farmers can go to get natural fertilizer. Because I feel like we don't talk enough about how fertilizers harm our food.
I agree. Can't we all compost? Oh, Kimberly, let's start a new project. Everybody needs to compost.
Right. I think everybody needs to compost. So those are just my two projects. And outside of being an ambassador for the JAS, where I have to re-energize farming groups in communities.
I think that's brilliant. I think it is brilliant because each of us can do a very small action that can contribute significantly to what? Oh, for sure. Can we talk about, I know we spoke about what you do. I saw you on camera videoing the potatoes, Kimberly. But what can you do on the farm?
So, I can carry the spray pan on my back. I'm very strong. Let's start there.
Yeah.
But I actually plant spinach. I recently, at the competition, I bought a lemon drop exotic fruit. I should be planting that this weekend. I've planted tomatoes before, pepper. As I said, I'll go around the farm and do a little other things.
Brilliant. Let us talk a little bit about, I'm going to again ask you a completely far off question. Pageants. Some people are just like, why are we even still doing this thing? Give me a reason why you did the pageant and why you think this still has relevance, whether it does or doesn't.
I think pageants are still relevant, and excuse the beauty side of pageants. It gives you a voice as a young woman, as a youth, especially in agriculture. It gives you a voice to add to the conversations. And I think sometimes we do ourselves an injustice because we don't utilize the experience well enough. And maybe that's why people see, oh, it's not relevant because they're not seeing us and we're not doing anything. But it gives you a voice to be added to the conversations, and you can make changes using your crowd.
You sure can. And I know you sure will. I can feel it. You're going to have a fantastic reign. I wish you everything that is good on this year and beyond. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Girl, you're going to do big things. Bring me one tomato. Or one, what's that, lemon drop?
All right. When it's 5 years' time. Give me 5 years for it too.
All right, bring the pepper come instead. Our guest was Kimberly Henry, brilliant, grounded, and of course, full of heart. Congratulations again on her 2025 St. Mary Farm Queen win. We wrap things up right after these messages, so please stay with us right here on Sunrise.
And when they ask what a good woman